Let's go to the next comment, which comes from Daily Tech News. They say, Bandrew, I have to ask, you have all of these things you're doing in a day. You're constantly switching tasks. Have you always been able to just get up and do the next thing that has to get done, or have you developed this ability? And if you did, could you think of any examples of how you did so? For me, I've noticed that it's really not about time. It's more about energy or willpower or discipline or something like that. I always, most of the time, find myself in such a frustrating position late in the evening with all of the things I wanted to get done, but I just didn't. I just ended up procrastinating by literally just not doing anything, just walking around the house, sort of getting ready to get down to it and thinking about whatever. And it really sucks because I don't do the things that I should, and I also don't enjoy my time as I just end up wasting it. Daily Tech News, or DTN, thank you very much for the comment. That is a great question. I do not find it easy to switch between all of the tasks that I do. Going from my day job to starting working on YouTube is not simple for me. It is not easy for me. That is why I started going for walks. I go for a walk in the morning to kind of get in the mood to start my day job. I go for a walk after work to get out of the mood of doing my day job. Kind of separates the two. But I find the hardest part of doing anything is the act of beginning it, the act of starting it. And the way that I do this, the way that I overcome that initial hurdle, can be viewed as kind of negative, can be viewed as a mind trick, but I just remind myself, no one is going to do anything for you. Nobody's going to do this for you. If you want the video to get done, if you want the podcast to get done, how is that going to happen? You have to do it. So get off your butt and do the thing, you lazy bum. Do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. Do you want to get ahead in life? Do it yourself. You have to put in the work. I have to fight myself every single day because, let me tell you, I would love to be sitting on the couch watching X-Files right now. You know what? I am going to include a clip from before I started recording this podcast right here. I will include the clip right here so you can see how I start almost every single video that I record. I really am not feeling up for recording, but I am going to do it. I have to admit, doing the reviews is so much easier when I'm recovering from COVID because I can do an hour here, 2 hours here, 4 hours here over a week or two. But with this podcast, it is a marathon. Because I have to sit down on Sunday, do the research, do the outline, record, edit. It's just a nightmare. And I don't feel like doing it. Maybe I shouldn't be doing it, but I'm going to. Whatever. What else would I do? Watch X-Files? Do I really need to watch X-Files again? Do I really need to watch another movie? I don't know. So, let's just go ahead and get started. Now that you know my secret, how I start all of my recordings, I will admit, most of the time after work, after I go for my walk, I am sitting on the couch. During the weekends, I am sitting on the couch trying to relax. I begrudgingly pause the X-Files. I groan, ugh, I don't want to do this. I just want to relax. And then I stand up, I walk in here, I sit down, I grab my water, I take a sip, and I just force myself to get to work. Once I've started, the time flies by. There are days where I have off days, like today after 3 weeks of not doing a show, I am off my game. I get frustrated the majority of the recording process, and I think maybe I should just stop doing the podcast. So that still occurs. But once you actually begin the process, it gets a lot better and time flies by and it becomes quite a bit more fun. Now, let me point out, when you start making videos, when you start making podcasts, when you initially start that, it is easy. It is easy because the passion is strong. You are super duper excited about it. Oh my God, I need to scream this from the mountaintops. I love microphones. I love movies or daily tech news. This is the greatest. That's when it's easy. Once the passion kind of dwindles, once you get past that honeymoon phase of creating content, that's where you have to kick yourself in the butt. You have to light the fire under your rear end. And I think that's why we see so many content creators who will start a podcast for 7 episodes. We'll see YouTubers who upload for 6 months and then stop. Because the passion dwindles and it becomes the slog, it becomes the difficult process of motivating yourself that content creation truly is. So if I could offer one piece of advice, I would say sit down and prioritize what is important to you. What is the most important thing to you? Is it spending time with family? Is it your day job? Is it your podcast? And then focus on number 1, number 2, number 3. And then with your free time, focus on the next thing. If you prioritize getting a video or a podcast done, and you know nobody's going to do it for you, you will find the motivation to get off your butt and do it. Just sit down and get to work. Leave your phones in the other room. Leave all the distractions in the other room. You will find the motivation to do it. But if you need to prioritize relaxation, if you need to prioritize healing up from the cough, you can do that. I just did it. I took 3 weeks off from this podcast. I took 2 weeks off from the main channel, and I prioritized my health over YouTube, over podcasting. And both things suffered for it. But that doesn't matter because I am feeling much better now. I'm like Misha Barton in Sixth Sense. After I vomit on myself in a tent in the bedroom, I'm feeling much better now. If you didn't know, that was Misha Barton. That's a bizarre realization that was the girl from the OC who vomited on herself because her mom was poisoning her. Spoiler alerts, I guess. Thank you very much for the comment, DTN. I appreciate you.